Lindsay Wind, come on out. Lindsay Wind.
Hey.
Let's talk about Momotaro.
Momotaro. It's okay. I represent a company called MonotaroApotheca. We are an all-organic, plant-based vaginal wellness company. Some of you are probably like, what's vaginal wellness, right? It's kind of a thing we invented, but we
not the vagina, but the approach.
So we create products that help topical infections like UTIs, yeast infections, BV, really common things about half of the population deals with and nobody really talks about.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's some people out here that can relate or have a story, but we're also really aiming to change the conversation about how we talk about vaginas and care for our vulvas, which...
Totally. Well, I'm still learning about the subject, so Archie Press has a map of the vagina. I'm excited to talk about this because, I mean, there's just so much going on here that I think as men, in particular, we're here at Boys Fort, let's just be honest, like we feel like this is a discussion that we don't need to have, but it concerns 50% of our population. And I'm a 35-year-old man, and I'm so ignorant to like what the systems that go on, and like even outside of my sex, I feel like there's women who don't understand the holistic approach that you are trying to bring to the table when it comes to vaginal health care.
Totally. And like, just a quick question, like, do you know the difference between the vulva and the vagina?
Well, let me check the map. So the vulva is the outer lining?
Yeah, I mean, it's the vulva, your vagina is actually going to be your vaginal opening here. So where, insertion happens, things like that. Your vulva is going to include your labia, your clitoris, and all the other good things you have going on there. Mm-hmm. And both things take a lot of care, right?
Yeah.
And for different reasons. You also have your urethra. Some people, there's, where you pee. And, a lot of different things happening. And so, holistic care is a big part of that. Like, you can have irritation from other causes, whether it's sex or clothing or exercise, or you can just have, those monthly hormonal changes that will give you some symptomatic things. And we should be having conversations because it's a quality of life issue. Like, nothing is worse than waking up in the morning and knowing something is wrong, and you're like, well, shit, what's going on? What do I do? And a reason we say vaginal wellness and talk about that is because it's about addressing it in that holistic way and being able to have things that will help us and help our body's natural systems, because the vagina is self-cleaning and we just, we need to help it out here and there. So having products or routines that allow us to do that are really helpful. Whether it's mentally or physically.
Well, let's talk about the products, because there have been products on the market that address the vagina. Is that awkward? Is that weird? Like, I don't know. That's
like feminine care.
Okay.
Like the Vagisills of the world, which is like the worst word. Like, I'm sure some women can relate. Like, nobody wants to go into a store and buy some Vagisil. It doesn't feel good. You're like, oh, this is embarrassing. I don't want to do this. Monostat too. There's got to be some women out there that have experienced this, and you like get to the counter and you're like, don't look at that. I'm just buying olive oil. So why not create something that's beautiful, that talks about our body anatomically correct, and provides support and gives it a new name. You know, like, come on, we all have sex. We've all in some way or another had a relationship with a vagina. That we came out of one, we have one, or know someone in our life that does. Like, let's just deal with it. Let's talk about it, and let's take care of them. I think most people would agree they're pretty awesome.
Can we get a round of applause for vaginas, everybody? Vaginas. So you have 3 products.
Yes.
Let's start off with the salve. Tell me your approach and what you wanted to address with the salve.
Yeah, the salve was our first product, and it's like what we sell the most of. It's really easy to use. It's basically a jar, all plant-based again. You know, we have lots of coconut butter, tea tree, golden seal. It's naturally antimicrobial, antifungal, soothing, healing, and to be honest, multi-use. I like rub this stuff all over my body.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it can help with whether you're having changes monthly, and it'll help with your pH balance. It will help your irritation from yeast or sex. You know, it depends how you want to use it, and it depends what you need it for. Our other products do kind of the same thing. There's a lot of different ways you as an individual can approach this, what you need it for specifically, like our bath oil. You know, you can put it topically for ingrown hairs, things like that. And then our hydrosol product, and for those of you who don't know what hydrosol is, it's basically the distillate you get when you make essential oils, but it's water-based, so it's a lot softer. It's not as volatile as an essential oil might be, and that comes in a spray form. Again, you can kind of spray it all over in your underwear, post-exercise, yoga, things like that.
Awesome. Lindsay, let's talk about you. You are a creative artist, and this is kind of like a culmination of your talents.
Yeah.
You were a photographer before. Let's talk about the process of building the brand and how that all came about.
Yeah. So it came from experience. You know, not to put my vagina on blast, but like I had cyclical infections. I couldn't get rid of it, and you know, I had a really supportive business partner that we were able to come up with solutions. We saw a gap in the marketplace. You know, I'm speaking a lot to what I was experiencing, going to the drugstore and having it be embarrassing, only having options of chemical-laden products, and my body wasn't responsive to that. So we started having a little DIY and scouring the internet and figuring out that we could do it better. And my background was in beauty and in photography, and you know, also wanting to create images and something that supported people and allowed them to connect with us. And through that process, I've photographed a ton of different people. My work was and still is heavily on the nude side. And you know, you have these people coming in and like exposing themselves in more than one way, and then talking to me about their own experiences sexually, reproductively, like just the myriad of things individuals go through. And it was so cool and like so informing. And now that relationship happens very naturally, and I'm learning so much more about Momotaro and about myself and about how we can help people more, which is really cool.
And I'll say it over and over again. It's a true blessing when your passion aligns with your community and how you can effectively change it.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm super like inspired by what you guys have created at Momotaro. Say it one more time.
Momotaro.
Momotaro.
It's kind of a mouthful, so it's okay.
Yeah. And for my audience at home, how can they get in touch with Momotaro, buy the products, and keep in touch with them on social media?
Yeah, so our website is MonotaroApotheca.com. We're direct to consumer at the moment. You can buy our products there. Our Instagram is Love Momotaro. That's LOVEMOMOTARO. And yeah, follow us there. We're very active. We like to, we have a voice in that space, and it's really exciting for us. So.
And it's important to keep that narrative, that conversation continuing.
Totally.
And I was going to give this as a gift to you, but I feel like I need to study it more.
I think you should keep it. I think you should learn more.
So if you come to my house and you see this on the wall, you know where it came from. Well, thank you, Lindsay, so much for coming on this show.